Hello, hello.
Go.
Welcome back to another stream here.
What do we got?
This is game number 2.
Are we gonna let the killer
Red
walk
Sox
free?
and Jays. We got Jericho today.
Police to move!
Max.
Now feeling like a guilty
Fucking
murder.
Scherzer. So, it's gonna be a good one. Hopefully Scherzer can bounce back. Obviously, we all know he had a bad last game, but let's hope that Mad Max can bounce back. I'm Motion, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Oh man, let's really hope the Jays can bounce back and win this game. Man, good thing I didn't keep streaming yesterday. I didn't do shit.
With 5 games remaining, the tension is strong. The Blue Jays' hold on first place is only 1 game, and tonight they'll send Max Scherzer up against Garrett Crochet of the Red Sox. Let us take you to the men who will call this game. Dan Shulman is with Buck Martinez.
Buck Martinez.
Jamie, thank you. A tough loss for the Blue Jays last night. As you said, the lead has shrunk down to a single game, but as Jamie mentioned, a high-profile pitching matchup here tonight.
Yeah, it's a pretty unusual pitching matchup to have 2 guys of this caliber pitching in one and the same game. Max Scherzer last
Whoa,
night,
hold on a minute. You
there's
see
no
Max
way to
Scherzer's
sugarcoat
last
it.
third,
He
Buck?
didn't have a very good game. He gave up 7 runs in just 2/3 of an inning. He wasn't able to locate his pitches. Tonight, he's got to get that breaking ball down and into the left-handed hitters, get it down and away from the right-handed hitters, and use his changeup to mess with the timing of this Red Sox lineup. Garrett Crochet, on the other hand, he's a power pitcher. He's had 249 strikeouts and 197.
We did win last
innings
Garrett
this
Crochet
year,
start
but
when he
he's had
played
problems
against
with the
Ethan
home
Lucas.
run. He's given up 8
Ethan
home
Lucas.
runs,
I'm just
including
saying.
a 4 home run game to the Cleveland Guardians. In his last 2 starts, 2 home runs in each of those starts against the Yankees and the Rays. The Blue Jays know that they got to get on his fastball. He throws a fastball and a sweeper, and he's had problems locating his 4-seam fastball. The league's hitting about 260 against that fastball. Last year, just 199, so the fastball is a bit off for Garrett Crochet right now.
This is the first time the Blue Jays' lead has been just a single game since the day they took the lead back on July the 3rd when they swept that 4-game series from the Yankees. But Jamie, they're still in the lead with the tiebreaker and looking to square up this series tonight.
We can eliminate Boston from the League.
And Dan, the Yankees will be back on Sportsnet 1 in moments, taking on the White Sox. Max Fried for New York.
Joe.
Fraser Ellard begins a bullpen night for Chicago in that one. That is coming your way on Sportsnet 1. Anthony Santander returns to the lineup, and he will be batting 5th for the Blue Jays tonight against Boston. First pitch flies on Sportsnet right after this.
There was no controlling my frizz. It had a mind of its own.
John Frieda Miraculous Recovery. Now with a replenishing ceramide-infused formula. Targeted repair for 86% less frizz.
I finally feel in control.
It's sleek, shiny.
Free yourself from frizz with John Frieda.
With 10 grams of protein and natural ingredients, Maple Leaf Natural Selections isn't just for sandwiches.
Here we go, man.
It's for overpackers.
I chose to speak up. I chose to talk to my doctor. I chose to explore my options. I chose Veoza. Veoza. Talk to your doctor.
The Kia Seltos is as comfortable on the road as it is off the beaten path. With all the room for your gear.
Okay, let's talk about this whole thing last night. So, the Springer at bat. Obviously, I was on stream. Well, the ball was clearly a fair ball. It ended up being a foul ball called by the umpire, and then he gets rung up on a pitch that was 3 fucking meters outside the zone. And then he, that clip in the dugout of him talking to John Schneider, on the Sportsnet they showed. John Boy did a reaction to it, or like I guess a reaction, and he says Springer's saying that he thinks that the Yankees, Springer said something along the lines of, if they want the Yankees to win it, or if you want New York to win it, just tell us already so we know and give it to them or something like that. And people online are going crazy like Yankees fans, but it's actually like it sounds true though, because if you think about it. Like, how many calls have the Jays had? Remember, the replay review room in MLB is New York. The fucking commissioner of the league said he was a Yankees fan. Like, come on, dude. There's a possibility. So Yankees fans need to chill and shut the fuck up. And the Yankees are going to smoke the White Sox, by the way. It's a bullpen day versus Max Fried.
Everyday people create ads for iconic brands.
You guys didn't hear the news today. Obviously, title of the stream, Santander is back. He's batting 5th. And what else? There was some other stuff too. Oh, the Jays have moved Shane Bieber from what was supposed to be tomorrow. He will now pitch Friday, I believe they said Friday, and then Trey Savage will pitch Saturday, and then Sunday and Thursday are now to be determined. So I guess they'll have to see, like, if Kevin Gausman has to pitch Sunday, like if it's a win or lose, like you have to win that game to win the division, then Gausman's got to pitch, right? But then you lose him if you don't win it, then you lose him for the wild card series on the Tuesday. So I don't know how to feel about that.
Second game of 3 here between the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, and for the first time in a long time, Anthony Santander is in the starting lineup for the Blue Jays. You've got to go back to late May. Not exactly an easy way to get yourself back into the lineup with Garrett Crochet on the mound for the Red Sox. Max Scherzer going for the Blue Jays. A very interesting pitching matchup and an enormously important game for both of these teams. The Blue Jays trying to hang on to a division lead.
Come on, Max, get some fire in you and let's go.
A playoff spot. Masataka Yoshida had a couple of hits.
The Blue Jays also signed some Korean 18-year-old pitcher today. Moon is his last name. I don't know his first name, so that's pretty cool.
They were quiet, but the Red Sox got just enough offense to win. Max Scherzer, as you said, Buck, trying to put that Friday night start in Kansas City behind him.
Yeah, he'll make his 14th career start against the Boston Red Sox, but he's only made 2 starts against Boston since 2018.
If it goes as bad as his last start, the game's going off.
Because of a number of different factors,
and I'll see you guys in the next stream.
But he is motivated to erase the thoughts of that.
Or I'm going to reset the stream, but it'll be on Valorant.
2 home runs in the first inning, 7 runs overall, only got 2 outs. And his location was off, his rhythm was off. I expect him to be pretty good tonight. They didn't sign Max Scherzer to make 31 starts. They signed him to win big games, and this is a big game.
Well
this
said.
is a big game.
One of the issues for Scherzer when he has had issues this year is the first inning, and that even predates the Kansas City start, so it would be a great sign to see him get through the first unscathed here tonight as he starts Duran with a fastball in for a strike. Duran had a tough
how this
night
game
last
goes will
night,
determine how much I
3
drink.
strikeouts. Still, of course, though, a dangerous, productive player. Pretty good combination of extra base power, a lot of doubles and triples, and also a big stolen base threat if he gets on.
Yeah, he's over his last 6 overall.
It's a June move.
Neutralizing his impact at top of the order.
A broken bat foul off down the right side as Scherzer got that cutter right in on his hands.
Yeah, and that's going to be an important pitch for him. There's 4 left-handers in this lineup tonight, and he's been working on that slider to get it down and in to the left-handed hitters, so they'll swing over the top of it. He's got 2 pitches. That cutter, he likes to throw it flat like Mariano Rivera, and the slider he calls it his Dan Herron slider, with a lot of depth and one that goes down underneath the bat of the left-handed hitters.
I would think Dan Herron is flattered that a future Hall of Famer has named his slot. Obviously, he liked Herron's slider, former teammates, right?
Yeah, he absolutely loves to watch other pitchers pitch and take something from each and every one of them that he admires.
Well, Scherzer is having to wait a little bit here. Duran went to get a new bat and then used his timeout. And Max likes to go when Max likes to go. Ahead 1-2. And a fastball fouled back over the third base dugout. Still 1-2.
Max, of course, doesn't throw as hard as he once did. And, I mean, this guy's a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. He would pitch in the upper 90s for an awful lot of his career. It's not the case anymore, and he's got to mix his pitches very, very precisely.
Good pitch.
There with a changeup that Duran
Good job,
swings
Max.
through for out number
Great
one.
start.
The changeup and the slider are going to be important pitches for him against the lefties and the righties. And this changeup is a very good one. In a good spot, runs away from Duran. And he gets a wild swing and a strikeout.
Always good to keep Duran off the bases. Number 2 hitter is the shortstop, Trevor Story, who's having a good year. He's got 25 home runs. He's driven in 95 runs. As he swings and fouls it back 0-1.
He's one of 3 players in the majors to have 25 or more home runs, 30 or more stolen bases, and 90 or more RBIs. Juan Soto and Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs. Those are the only 3.
A topic for another day, but
Good
both
slider.
Story and the on-deck hitter Alex Bregman both could potentially opt out of their contracts at the end of the year, and that'll be a huge story in the offseason. But right now for Bregman and Story, they are focused on locking down a playoff spot and then doing the best they can in October. As we talked about last night, some star power at the top of the lineup, but 3 potentially very good starting pitchers, a deep bullpen anchored by Aroldis Chapman. This one
What
is
a-
lined
that's- I
softly
hate base
into
hits like
left,
that.
and an example there was the slider, and again Max wants it down and away, and when we get a look at that one, we'll see it was on the inner half.
Yeah, and he doesn't want it there. You can see the target down and away, but he doesn't get it there. It's on the inside, maybe even off the plate inside, and that's an easy pitch for Trevor Story to get to.
And now, as Buck mentioned, you got to respect him on the bases. He is 31 for 32 stealing bases.
That's pretty good.
So we'll see if they test the combination of Scherzer and Kirk as Alex Bregman steps in.
Yeah, he started the season 31 straight stolen bases, and Shea Langoliers threw him out. The Oakland Athletics catcher Shea Langoliers.
He's in Oakland.
Story not going. And Bregman looks at a curveball for a strike.
Yeah, he's still got to
That
get
would've
those
been a good
breaking
pitch.
balls
Oh,
away from the
curveball.
right-handed hitters. He's got to finish it up a little more, and that's all timing. Rhythm and timing will get that breaking ball down and away a little more effectively.
Story a slightly bigger lead here, being held on by Guerrero.
Probably going.
And he draws a throw.
I think he was going.
Garrett Crochet, one of the leading contenders for the Cy Young Award in the
God, I never
American
seen
League.
him without
Taylor
his
School,
hat.
probably the front runner, but Crochet will get a lot of votes. He is on the mound tonight for the Red Sox.
Fastball down the dick.
middle on a fastball, 1-2.
Okay.
Alex Bregman has been scuffling a bit at the plate.
This was looking for a slider.
He was out here and hit for about 20 minutes today, around 2:30. Just had an awful lot of extra BP today.
He's the baseball
Okay.
version of a gym rat. Talks the game constantly, wants to improve in any way that he can, and is always out there doing extra stuff.
Yeah, he loves to play baseball, and he's very good at it.
A little bit high, a full count now on
All right.
Bregman, who is a patient hitter. He will make you work.
Gotta get him
Problem
here. Gotta
for the
get
Blue
him here.
Jays,
Come on.
Masataka Yoshida on deck.
Story's probably going.
Story is running, and it's lined into right field, a base hit. And with the benefit of a running start, Story will easily come around to third.
Yeah, Davis Snyder tried to decoy Trevor Story.
He threw it down
as
the
he
middle, man.
Acted like he was going to field the ground ball, but Story never took the bait and goes around the base easily. Goes first to third on this base hit right
Pretty
down
much-
the middle.
Yeah.
With that
Like,
94-mile-an-hour fastball. Story was running on the pitch, and Bregman hits it through the right side.
what the fuck, Max? That's not the pitch you make
So the
there.
Red Sox threatening. Runners on the corners, one out for Yoshida. Had a couple of
Jesus
hits, including a
Christ.
double last night. And he hooks this one down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Story will score. Bregman coming around to third. He'll be held. It's an RBI double for Yoshida, and it's 1-0 Boston early.
Yeah, he's got a 5-game hit streak now. He's 8 for 19, and he always hits well against the Blue Jays. Watching Alex Bregman run around the bases, he's still not running 100%. He had that serious quad injury, but this is a breaking ball once again right over the heart of the plate. He's not able to get that ball down and into the left-handers to get them to swing over the top of it. And that's going to force the infield to play it in here right in the first inning.
Romy Gonzalez, the batter, and he'll take outside, ball 1.
Like he's throwing
Again,
pitches down the
first
fucking
inning
middle.
issue
What
for
does he
Scherzer. We told you off the
expect?
top, it has been his toughest inning. He's got an ERA coming into the game of over 12 in the first inning, and a lot of that was in the Royals game. But it had been an issue for him several times before that game.
Now, even for pitchers in their prime, starting pitchers always have a little bit of an adjustment period in the first inning, but it's really been an issue for Max here lately.
The 1-1. And this will drop into left field for a base hit. Bregman is in. Yoshida's on his way to the plate. And the Red Sox have a 3-0 lead.
Good night, guys. We're gonna watch Santander's first at bat, and the stream will be over.
After the strikeout of Durant.
Yeah, kind of like the start in Kansas City. And again, watch the location of this pitch. Just doesn't get down and away far enough. There's another curveball that Gonzalez strokes into left field. Gordon Max is having a problem getting the ball out of the middle of the plate here in the first inning.
So he's talking it over with Alejandro Kirk, already 3-0. That curveball was actually a little bit below the bottom of the strike zone, below knee level, and Gonzalez didn't hit it all that hard, but got enough of the bat on it to find it into left.
But it was over the middle. It wasn't away where he had to really reach for it, and that was the issue.
Now Cedar Rafaela, the center fielder, who after a long slump got hot over the weekend down in
Okay, it's only 3-0. I'm being a
now
little
7 for
over
16 over his last 4
I say
games,
only, but
went
this
1
offense has
for
been
4 last
shit.
night.
It is Garrett Crochet.
Throw to first, back in safely. Boy, Gonzalez was more than leaning. He looked like he was going, but looks like he got back safely.
Yeah, he took a couple of steps towards second, and Max picked up on that, and that's when he made his throw to first base. Blue Jays are looking at the video, and they will not challenge the call. Watch how he shuffles off, and Max picked up on that. But Gonzalez was back in.
Swung on and missed.
Another one down the middle, but Rafael just missed
the
it.
velocity's fine. 94 with the fastball, but as is usually the case for just about every pitcher, location or a lack of being able to locate can get you in trouble. Couple of strikes on Gonzalez. And this one is lined into left for a base hit.
Oh my God.
0-2 down and in changeup that's hit sharply into left. And the Blue Jays with an early situation here. They have changed up the pitching plan. Shane Bieber, due to workload coming off Tommy John, they've pushed him back a day to Friday. So Buck, tomorrow night is a bullpen day already for the Blue Jays. And now, I mean, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 out here in the first inning. These guys have some decisions to make early in this one.
Yeah, and you can't wait a long time with Garrett Crochet on the
Oh,
mound
get this guy
across
off
the
my
diamond.
screen.
He didn't give up much.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe, who reached base all 4 times
Bro,
last
get him
night. 2
off my
singles, 2
screen.
walks, drove in a couple of runs.
Why do we even
Released by
fucking
the
pitch
Nationals
this guy?
and he swung the bat much better with the Red Sox than he did in Washington.
He drove in the first 2 runs last night for Boston. He's got a 6-game hit streak. Been a nice pickup. Of course, they lost Tristan Casas, their first baseman, early in this season to a serious knee injury.
Well, at some point, would Devers play first? That whole conversation started. And of course, eventually Devers got traded to the Giants. One of the big stories of the regular season this year. Stunner. 0-2. Ground ball to first. Guerrero has it. There's one. Back to first. Not in time. Low across safely on a fielder's choice, and the inning continues.
Max couldn't find the base. He was reaching for the base with his foot, and it looked like they had a chance to beat the runner and get the double play. Ronnie made a strong throw to Ernie at second, but they're not going to appeal the play at first base. But Max kind of searching for the bag with his foot after he caught it. And watch how he kind of reaches for it. He's not on the base there, and then he reaches for it much too late. He never really found it when he first got it.
Would have had him if his foot was on the bag.
Been able to get low.
So it's first and third, 2 down. And Wilyer Abreu is the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the top of the first.
That 6th pitch in the Yankees game is a joke. That should have been a strike to Judge.
Fastball high for ball 1. The Red Sox entering play in the second wild card spot, a game ahead of the Tigers and 2 games ahead of the Astros, who are on the outside looking in right now. Ooh, that hit the first base coach, Jose Flores, but it got him in the foot, and he's smiling, so it looks like the shoe took the worst of it, and he's okay.
Yeah, that's why those base coaches wear the helmets now. They're so close to the action, the ball hits so hard. But he appears to be okay.
Now the 1-1 in there at 94, 1-2.
And the fastball has been his most reliable pitch early in this inning. Been able to make some good pitches with it, but he hasn't been able to keep his breaking ball out of the middle.
This is popped up, foul, third base side. Kiner Falefa makes the catch.
Thank
you. Right over near the netting, and that'll be the 3rd out, but the Red Sox strike early for 3.
Sometimes I feel a bit helpless with the state of the world. It feels really hard to make an impact on people's lives. But donating blood helps me feel like I'm making a difference. It makes me feel really fulfilled. Sunshine day.
At DQ, we've got your sweet side covered. And your cheesy side covered. DQ.
God, the White Sox are pathetic.
Michelin innovates on the road and far beyond by manufacturing prosthetic leg belts that allow for greater flexibility of movement. Michelin, motion for life.
Welcome to the On Brand Agency, where everyday people create ads for iconic brands.
Bases loaded, no out.
Jimmy Fallon series premiere September 30th on City TV.
So the Blue Jays with their work cut out for them early, down 3-0 going to the bottom of the first, and they've also got their work cut out for them because of who's on the mound for the Red Sox tonight. First, a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays, and with Crochet being left-handed, only one lefty bat in there. That's Dalton Varsho. Ernie Clement has played a good shortstop when he's been there. He's played well all over the place defensively. He hits lefties well. He's even got 3 hits and 8 at-bats against Garrett Crochet. Again, one of the best starting pitchers in baseball is on the mound tonight.
Yeah, he leads the American League in strikeouts, 249 strikeouts. And we mentioned he's had problems giving up the home run lately, but the Blue Jays don't have a lot of real impact home run hitters in their lineup. He had a 4-homer game pitching against the Guardians earlier this month, and he had back-to-back 2-homer games against the Yankees and the Rays. The one issue he's had lately is he hasn't been really confident in his 4-seam fastball. Last year, the league hit 199 against that 4-seam fastball. This year, it's up to 267.
All right. What do you got from me?
George Springer to lead it off. Springer in left field tonight. And he'll take a fastball in for a strike. Springer hit a home run off Crochet early April in Boston. It's the only hit in 6 at-bats that he has off Garrett Crochet. There is very little success for this group of Blue Jays against Crochet. Springer had a hit off him in April in Boston. Guerrero had a home run off him, I should say. Guerrero had a home run here later in April. Ernie Clements got 3 singles, and that's it. As you added up before the game, they are 5 for 52 collectively against Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, this lineup, and those are the only 3 guys that have hits against Crochet, so they've got their work cut out for them.
Anthony Santander back in the lineup. He is sitting in the 5 spot tonight. And there's a nasty breaking ball. That's the sweeper from Crochet for out number 1.
Yeah, his sweeper is a terrific pitch. The league hitting just 127 against that breaking ball, and he's got 88 strikeouts now with this big, slow, sweeping breaking ball. You can see how far out in front Springer is, and you've got to start your swing early because he threw a fastball at 97 earlier in this at-bat.
I was at the game the last time.
Former first-round pick by the White Sox, picked up in a deal in the offseason for 4 prospects. Only became a starter last year. Came up as a reliever. Had Tommy John surgery in 2022. Missed most of 23. The White Sox turned him into a starter last year, but kind of restricted the innings a little bit because it was his first year as a starter. The Red Sox have turned him loose. He's already thrown 51 more innings this year than he did last year. But as you can see, he does not look fatigued at all.
Come on, Ernie.
I mean, the September numbers haven't been quite as good, but this is a big, strong guy throwing 97 with 4 pitches, and among major league leaders in wins, innings, strikeouts, you name it.
In many regards, he's a lot like Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner was 6'4", weighed 245. He's 6'6", weighs 245. And Bumgarner was a big, strong guy that really came at you with a wide assortment of pitches.
Well, that pulls it foul.
3-2. Come on now.
There's a big test
oh my
for
God,
the Blue Jay hitters.
They
haven't hit much lately, and they've really got to find a way to get some hits, string some hits together against one of the toughest pitchers in baseball.
3-2 sent foul out of play. In the first game when these 2 teams saw each other, which was way back on April the 8th, that game was in Boston. The Blue Jays really worked Crochet. They got him out after 5 2/3, made him throw 107 pitches. He walked 4. They had good, long, quality at-bats. This is hooked down the left field line. Speaking of quality at-bats, Ernie Clement will make the turn and head to second.
Yeah, Ernie.
Yeah, I really like the fact they put Clement in that 2 spot tonight against Crochet.
Good
He's a
fucking
very
shit,
good fastball hitter. He hasn't seen a left-hander that he doesn't mind facing. He loves to hit against lefties, and I thought it was a brilliant move to put him in the 2 spot. This is that cutter that Ernie gets to on the inside part of the plate. He's able to keep it fair down the left field line. That's his 34th double this year. He's been a double machine, and that's a big
Come on, Vladdy.
1-out double here in the first.
This is what we pay you for. Come on.
Here's Guerrero. Again, a home run off Crochet here in late April, but Vladdy's struggling recently. And hits a little chopper right back to the mound. Clement's got to go back to second. Guerrero thrown out. Went after the first pitch, but just topped it back out towards the mound.
Yeah, and Vladdy, he's just had some rough times lately. He's been in between pitches, and he went after a borderline pitch on that first pitch.
Please get Santander up. I want to watch.
So this is one guy they'd like to get going, and this is another, Alejandro Kirk, who until a couple of weeks ago had been maybe this side of George Springer, about as consistent as any hitter the Blue Jays have had all season. But he has gone cold. He is 5 for his last 40.
They always go cold.
And so when you take Bo Bichette out of the lineup with a Bo on the IL, and you've got guys like Guerrero and Kirk struggling, and Barger and Varsho have gone cold the last several days as well, it's tough to find a lot of offense right now for the Blue Jays. A number of hitters are going through it at the same time.
Yeah, and that's why when you think about the offense, the Blue Jays have scored 0 or 1 run in 5 of their last 6 games. And this hasn't been much offense, and they're hopeful that Anthony Santander back with the ball club can spark the offense a little bit.
Well, one of Kirk's specialties this year has been 2 out, 2 strike base hits. Let's see if he can find a way to find one here against Garrett Crochet. Way up and away at 98 for ball 1.
When Crochet pitched against the Blue Jays last year here at Rogers Center in May, he retired the first 13 batters he faced. It can be tough.
Fly ball to right over towards the line goes Abreu, and he'll make the catch. And the Clement double is left aboard. 3-0 Red Sox after 1.
Well, I guess I'll be watching Max pitch again.
Old Spice Swagger's freshness makes me smell good, so coach thinks I'm slacking. So I took my Old Spice, worked very hard, and became the best player ever. Sometimes a man must overcompensate for his freshness.
Think the Ram 1500 is just a truck? Just a power player? An award winner? It's more than that. It's also changing the way you connect. Just when you thought you knew Ram, think again.
Right now, get up to 40% off your order with Dash Pass Deal Drops and catch fresh deals landing each week. Save on that Burger Bliss and your grocery list, all while living that $0 delivery fee life. Don't miss Dash Pass Deal Drops now until October 13th.
There are millions of square kilometers without coverage across Canada. Places where it's hard to reach 911 or just check in. Introducing Rogers Satellite, a new satellite to mobile texting service that connects your phone in areas without cell service. So you can connect here, here, or even here. And now anyone on any provider can try it for free. Rogers Satellite. The sky's the limit.
Hello, creatives! Welcome to the On Brand Agency, where everyday people create ads for iconic brands.
Take me to your Dunkin'.
This is gonna be so cool.
On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. Series premiere September 30th on City TV.
Download the app for the latest odds on today's baseball games and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Top 2 here at the Rogers Center. Dan Schulman, Buck Martinez, Hazel May. The Red Sox out to a 3-0 lead. Again, the Blue Jays 1 game ahead of the Yankees with the tiebreaker. But as we mentioned off the top, the last time the lead was as small as 1 game was the first day they took the lead in the American League East. It was the 4th and final game of that big 4-game sweep over Canada Day weekend. Took all 4 from the Yankees. The 4th one gave them a 1-game lead. It went to 2 the next day, and it had been somewhere between 2 and 6.5 for about 2.5 months. But it is down to 1 right now. 5 games remaining in the regular season. There is Carlos Narvaez, the catcher for the Red Sox, who had a big hit last night, a 2-out, 2-run double off Kevin Gausman in the 6th inning. That made it 4-1, and that was the way it would end. 0-2.
Yeah, these 2 teams are the 2 best offensive teams in the American League, and Boston is right behind the Blue Jays as far as batting average, and they've always been a good offensive ball club, and they always are at the top in the league in doubles. And that's what Narvaez hit last night, a double to the gap in right center. He's done a nice job for the Red Sox this year. He's a Rule 5 player that came over from the New York Yankees.
Oh, 2 again, and a breaking ball taken down and away for ball 1. A 1-hopper to short. Clement has it and on to first. 1 down. Speaking of the Yankees, they are playing the White Sox again tonight. Max Fried is on the mound for the Yankees. It's a bullpen game for the White Sox. The Yankees loaded the bases with nobody out in the first, but didn't score. So at the end of one, no score. But obviously, you cannot rely upon help on the out-of-town scoreboard, especially when the Yankees are playing a team like the White Sox. The White Sox got within one strike of a victory last night, but the Yankees managed to win it to get within a game of the Blue Jays. Jarren Duran struck out his first time up, and he got jammed here. This is popped up for Guerrero, and he's got lots of room. 2 down.
Yeah, Max needs to throw up a couple zeros here and give the offense a chance to get back in this game. 3 runs on 5 hits in the first inning, and the Red Sox stranded a pair of base runners. Trevor Story got it all started. Hit a backup slider that was on the inside part of the plate, and single to left field. That came around to score the first run for Boston.
And a slider on the outside corner. 0-1. 17th start of the season for Scherzer. Came into the game having pitched 80 innings for the Blue Jays, almost all of them in the second half of the year. Little up and in, a ball and a strike. Outside, ball 2.
Again, that fastball velocity's not bad, kind of where he has been most of the season. And last pitch was over 94 miles an hour.
And another soft liner into center. Got a 2-1 changeup, and Story is 2 for 2.
Yeah, this is his best season since 2018 when he's with the Rockies, and this is another changeup, but again, it's up in the zone right over the heart of the plate, and Story didn't really crush it, but he hits it into center field for his second hit.
That'll bring up Bregman, who had a base hit through the right side in the first inning.
Then the White Sox
fly ball to left. Going back is Springer. He's got room, and will make the
First and
catch
third,
for
nobody
the
out
third out
for the White
here
Sox.
at the top of the second inning.
You have from Chicago.
The Roofman robbed his 45th McDonald's.
You think I don't know what you're doing, Roofman? Good criminals are cold.
Good morning, team.
Calculated.
Oops. Think about who you talk to.
You just look like this all the time. You got to lay low.
What the? Oh my God!
He's a very smart individual, but he will be captured.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Roofman.
If you love Italy, love Italian food, come take a wild ride with me.
It's eating dirty, baby.
Welcome back. Well, the Blue Jays offense has certainly not been itself over the last week or so. Assistant hitting coach Lou Iannotti is not about to hit the panic button, and he doesn't want his hitters to either. But the message over these 5 huge games in this final week of the season, don't do anything you haven't been doing all year long. The numbers, understandably, are concerning for the Blue Jays fans. The team has averaged just 2 runs per game, and they've won just that clinching game in Kansas City. Now, Iannotti told me sometimes there's a bit of luck, a bit of lack of execution, and a bit of the opposing pitcher on his game, all contributing to this poor stretch. In general, the magnification on a short time period is this desire to zoom in and be like, hey, what's wrong? But he explained that the reality is there have been offensive droughts throughout the year they've been able to bounce back from, and this happens to be in the final few games of a tight division race. Iannotti and the coaching staff are monitoring guys' swings and approaches every day, and the best
That's what I've
thing
been
they
waiting
can
for
do
all
is stay
day.
the course
Tony
and stay
Taters is
consistent. That's
back.
how they got here in the first place. And Dan, who knows? Maybe Anthony Santander can be the spark they needed.
Oh, that was the pitch.
So thank you. He is in a Batter's box in a big league game for the first time since May the 29th. A left shoulder injury that has cost him more than half of the season. The numbers weren't great before he got hurt, as you can see. A very slow start and never really able to get it going.
Whoa.
And Crochet just blew 99 by him to get out in front of 2. Santander.
Oh my God, an error on the Yankees.
Rehab assignment in Buffalo. You see the numbers. Hit 219, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts
First and second, 1 out.
in 10 games. They need a spark. Ty France would probably be in this spot if he weren't on the IL, but Santander is back, has taken France's spot on the roster. As 99 again taken outside for ball 1, and the Blue Jays need a spark and want to know if Santander can be a part of this going into the postseason. Want to see how far along he is.
Yeah, you got to give him a shot. You never know
Good
until
take.
you see him in action against big league pitching, but boy, it's
He
such
looks,
a long
his first of all, his
time
comment
since
was
he's faced big league pitching. It's
second
really
of
a
all,
challenge.
call me crazy. He looks in a little
You
bit better
got a
shape
guy
than he did when I
making it
swear.
so
when I
late in the
first saw him.
season, probably his final start of the year.
Oh no, he didn't.
He went around, says first base up Mike Malinsky, so Santander strikes out.
No, he
Like another
didn't.
sweeper, that's what he struck out Springer with to start the ball game, and Santander tried to check his swing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Obviously went way around, and he's going to be called for a swing and a miss.
Yeah, he did.
Again, not the easiest guy to come back and face for the first time in a big league game in 4 months, but you get who you get. Here's Davis Schneider hitting in the 6th spot, hitting 240 with 11 homers. That's the cutter there from Crochet. This makes 13 starts in a row for Davis Schneider.
Yeah, and he's reached base in 12 of those 13 games. He's done a good job getting on base, whether it's a hit or a walk. He just figures out to have a good at bat. Now he's quickly in a hole 0-2.
Boy, and a steady diet of 99s on the 4-seamer early in this game from Crochet, who on the year averages 96.4. So his adrenaline might be pumping. Again, this game means a ton. Every game means a ton to the Red Sox right now as well. Fly ball to shallow center, 2 down, and we've got an update with Jamie Campbell.
10 in New York. Lenin Sosa has drawn first blood for the White Sox against Max Fried with a sacrifice fly to left. They are in the 2nd inning, 2 aboard for Chicago as we speak. That's on Sportsnet 1.
Jamie, thank you. Again, you can't rely on help, but you'll take it if you can get it. But a long way to go in that game, obviously. And the Blue Jays focused on business here. Dalton Varsho, the only left-handed bat in there against Garrett Crochet. And a bouncer out to 2nd. Romy Gonzalez will throw him out by a step. And the Blue Jays
Might be time to start the Valorant stream here, folks. I'll give it one more inning. I'll watch the 3rd, and then if it's going about the same, I'll keep my eye on the score, obviously, during the Valorant stream. But yeah,
Welcome to the On-Brand Agency,
I'm ready for
where everyday people create ads for iconic brands.
Take me to your Dunkin'.
This is going to be so cool.
On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. Series premiere September 30th on City TV.
Now streaming on City TV Plus.
We're trying to contain an alien invasion.
Jody. This was a wolf in sheep's clothing.
There's a passage down there.
I know who the real boogeyman is.
Are you ready for a grudge match?
It's more than winning games.
You better shake him up strong. It's about to go down.
The best shows from the biggest networks, all in one place.
Stream it on City TV Plus.
City TV Plus. Start your free trial today.
If you love Italy, love Italian food, come take a wild ride with me.
It's eating dirty, baby.
Our moments have a way of defining us. It shapes our understanding of who we are, our purpose, our bond with each other.
They just keep finding a way to win games right now.
Blue Jays win! Blue Jays win!
We're ready for the moments to come.
Fans, a reminder, tickets for the American League Wild Card and Division Series home games go on sale tomorrow at 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. To purchase, visit bluejays.com/postseason. As everybody knows, the Blue Jays have clinched a spot in the postseason. Will they get a bye right to the Division Series? Will they not and need to play in the Wild Card Series? That story has yet to be told. We'll find that out over the next 5 days. About a week and a half ago, Buck, well, 8 days ago, the Blue Jays had a 5-game lead, and it looked like, not a formality, but certainly extremely likely that they would get the bye and get to the Division Series, but they have lost 4 games off their lead in the last 8 days. Here's a bouncer to short off the bat of Yoshida. Clement will throw him out, 1 down.
Bro, they should give Max an opener.
Settle down now, making some better quality pitches here. They gave up a 2-out single to Trevor Story, but then got Bregman to fly out. Now he gets the first out here in the 3rd inning.
We'll talk about it maybe more later in the game or later in the week, but it's obviously important if they can to win the division, get a bye, get some rest for some of their older players, maybe get some of the injured guys back or the guys who are less than 100% closer to 100%. And also, I mean, there's been a change in the pitching plans over the next few days, and if they have to play in the Wild Card Series, you know, it gets a little interesting. If they need Kevin Gausman Sunday to win a division, they'll use Kevin Gausman Sunday. Shane Bieber's been pushed back a day to Friday, so it's a bullpen game tomorrow night. It's Shane Bieber Friday. It's Trey Yesavage Saturday. And then if needed, it is Kevin Gausman Sunday. And if Gausman were to start that game, but they didn't get the bye and wound up in the Wild Card Series, well, now you're taking Gausman out of the mix.
Yep.
Certainly as a starter, you know, maybe 3 days rest, game 3, who knows, but it's less than ideal, needless to say. Chris Bassett is on the IL. He can't come back for a division series. You know, we shouldn't forget about Jose Barrios, because, I mean, things can change fast at this point of the season.
And tomorrow's starter has not been announced, and I'm not sure what they're going to do. It all depends on who is used tonight. Eric Lauer has some length down there as well.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yep. And a strikeout of Gonzalez. Well, that's an interesting shot there of Barrios and Lauer down in the bullpen. I think it's just about a lock that both of them are going to pitch either tonight or tomorrow night.
Yeah.
They need innings.
Yeah, you would think they would. But it's really interesting how Trey Savage all of a sudden now is going to make a start, his 3rd start on the final Saturday of the season, with implications that might push him into a wild card series if that was the case.
So they might be sitting there Saturday afternoon with Kevin Gausman knowing if they need him, he's going to pitch Sunday. If not, then he will pitch in game 1 of whatever playoff series they are going to. So much still to be decided here.
Well, and that's why the Red Sox moved Garrett Crochet to this game tonight. He was scheduled to pitch tomorrow, but now they have him lined up to pitch game 1 of a wild card series if they get into that situation on Tuesday.
Right, on an extra day of rest. They opted to give him regular rest here and an extra day of rest going into the playoffs.
Because of his innings total. He's closing in on 200 innings.
And if the Blue Jays don't get the bye and play in the wild card series, right now looking at the standings and all the possibilities, the most likely team they would face is the Boston Red Sox, which means they could be looking at Garrett Crochet again on Tuesday.
Yep.
And Boston goes home to play the Tigers at Fenway.
2-2, the count on Cedar Rafaela. Breaking ball outside, it's full. Rafaela swings a lot, chases a lot. Scherzer trying to get him to chase right there. Line drive, right field, hit well, and it is over the head of Straw and off the wall. Rafaela runs well, and he's into second with a 2-out double.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 so far in this game. Miles Straw in right field. Once he saw that that ball was going to be over his head, he turned to play the carom off the fence, and played it perfectly, but Rafaela runs so well, he's able to beat the throw into second base. Watch Stroud turn and then decide, okay, I got to play this bounce. Plays it very well, but Rafaela runs too fast, and he gets in there with a head-first slide.
Now the first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe. That's a little bit high for ball one. Lowe reaching on a fielder's choice in the first. A lot going on in that man's mind these days.
Yeah, and you know it. How are you going to get through games? How are you going to get through innings? Pete was ejected in the first inning in Max Scherzer's last start in Kansas City.
Ground ball to second, scooped up by Davis Schneider, and no damage done here, top three. It remains 3-0 Red Sox.
Alberta called and Grand Prairie. Greenview is hiring. We need truck drivers, mechanics, and plant operators now. Big opportunity, big lifestyle. Time is now. Step up.
On his journey to become the Golden Bachelor, he left it all on the field. Now Mel's starting his second half to find his better half. The Golden Bachelor, new season, September 26th on City TV. Dishing up your favorites.
We got the world's best chefs. There's nothing else like it.
Deliciously good entertainment and more with City TV Plus. Start your free trial today. Visit citytvplus.ca.
If you love Italy, love Italian food, come take a wild ride with me.
It's eating dirty, baby.
Well, there have been a number of many occasions, in fact, where the Blue Jays have done very, very well against some of the best pitchers in baseball this year. Garrett Crochet is definitely, Buck, one of the best pitchers in baseball this year.
Yeah, you see where he ranks in the American League in wins. He's second to Max Fried, who's also pitching tonight in New York. He's third in ERA, first in strikeouts. First in his pitched, and he's second in the Fangraphs WAR, but he is a tough customer. The Red Sox traded for him from the White Sox, and this March, right before the season started, he signed a nice contract, signed a 6-year extension for $170 million. He's just 26 years old. Came out of the University of Tennessee. He was drafted in 2020, and actually was the first player out of that draft to make it to the big leagues. In fact, he was the first player to the big leagues even from the 2019 draft. Nobody had beat him to the big leagues.
Miles Straw drawing his starting assignment tonight with a lefty on the mound. Straw's in right field, batting in the 8th spot, hitting .262. Fouls it back 0-2. It'll be Straw, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and George Springer here, bottom three. And pulled through the left side.
Yeah,
Base hit for
Miles Straw with a base
Miles
hit.
did a good job of staying on that sweeper. He saw a couple of 97-mile-an-hour fastballs, and Crochet tries to finish off the at-bat with that sweeper, but Miles dropped a head on it and pulled it past Story. You can see this big, slow breaking ball, and it's down, and probably a ball inside, but he stays on it and picks up a base hit.
And you may have seen that note at the bottom of your screen. A nice milestone for Miles Straw, his 500th career base hit. Here's IKF.
IKF.
And a bouncer
I
to the
knew
right
it. That
side.
was coming.
They'll force Straw, but they won't get Kiner-Falefa. He'll reach
I
in the
knew a
fielder's
ground ball
choice.
was coming.
I think one thing the Blue Jays have to remember, that the Red Sox are committed more errors than anybody in baseball. 2 errors last night. They've committed 114 errors. So you hit a ball on the ground, you better hustle up the line. There's a chance they're going to boot it and throw it around a little bit.
Both of the errors last night were on Trevor Story, who's committed 5 in his last 5 games.
He's got 18 for the season.
Second at bat tonight for Springer, who struck out in the first.
Well, I mentioned Springer hit a home run against Crochet at Fenway Park early in the season, April 8th. 422 feet to straightaway center.
That's a changeup, I think, there from Crochet. He doesn't throw many of them. That's his 5th pitch. Only throws it, maybe 3-4 times a game. Number 1 in OPS, and by a pretty wide margin since the All-Star break. George Springer not to blame at all for any of these recent offensive struggles by the Blue Jays. I think Springer will finish, I don't know, top 6 or 7 MVP. Judge and Raleigh are probably above the field. Jose Ramirez is going to get a lot of consideration as always. But I think Crochet and Skubal, I'm not saying they're going to win it, but they could get 4th place, 5th place votes, that sort of thing. And Springer might be in the mix with them.
I think another guy that's going to get some votes maybe in the top 10 is Aroldis Chapman, their closer. He has been so good, so consistent this season.
Kiner Falefa at first, 1 down, and a 2-2 count on Springer. Grounded to short. Story, the flip to second, on to first for 2.
All right, Valorant time, guys.
And the inning is over. 3 complete here at the Rogers Center. 3-0 Red
But
Sox.
I pitched you guys if you were here, I pitched you coming out. But yeah, I ain't watching that shit. I'm gonna actually use my
Did you
time.
know that Sensodyne
Alright,
now
I'm not
has
wasting
a
my time. I'm gonna go
clinical
play some
range of
Valorant, grind some
toothpaste
ranked. I'll be
where
up
you
again
can
on the
both
live for Valorant
whiten your
about
teeth 2 shades
maybe
and
10 minutes or
also